I want to welcome you all on the Investor Inspiration presentation today. As Renee said, I'm going to be your host. My name is Aaron Hunziker. We've got some great information to talk about today. What we're really going to tackle today right now is making money in the currency market and the Forex market. So what I want to do is just a little bit to get everybody up to speed. In a few minutes here, I'm going to introduce you to kind of what I see based on my experience over 25 years in the financial services business of pros versus the cons when you look at the currency business and the currency opportunity versus the stock market, which I was a stock trader, options traders for a lot of years. Now I currently only trade the currency market, and we'll talk about that today. But I want to make sure that all of you know how we're going to communicate today because we got quite a good size audience in here. So I'm going to put you all in the listen only mode. So depending how you're viewing this presentation will be how you're going to respond back and forth to me. If you're looking and watching this presentation from a web-based application, actually let's say a desktop application at first, your screen's going to look very similar to mine. On the screen you should see an orange arrow. If you click on that orange arrow, it's going to open up a panel a little bit down that says question/chat. From there you can enter your questions, your comments, hit send, they will come directly to me as the host. Now the second way, as I mentioned a moment ago, is a web-based. If you're on a web-based platform, it's a little bit different. You're going to see icons on the right-hand side of your page. Click on the question box. That will open up the dialog box. And again, whatever you type in there will show up on my screen as the host, and nobody else is going to see it. And the third way, if you're viewing this presentation on a mobile app, if you're on your Apple phone, or your Android device, or a tablet, somewhere on the screen, you should see a question mark. Now, if you don't see that question mark, tap the screen a couple times. That will bring you out of the full screen mode, and from there you should see that question mark. And if you type that, or excuse me, tap that, put your questions, your comments in, and they will come directly to me as the host. So that should cover all of you within the presentation. Now do me a favor so we can make sure that you found your chat box, your question box. I'm always curious to see where everybody's tuning in from. Go ahead and go to that chat box and type in from whatever city, whatever country you are currently viewing this presentation, so I know that you have all found the chat box. Do that for me right now, if you would, please. I'm going to grab a quick sip of water while you're doing that. Awesome. So I've got Hermelio in Florida. Where are you at in Florida? Hermelio, I'm in Orlando right now at our corporate offices. Hermindo, I'm sorry, I pronounced that wrong. All right, gang, keep putting them in. I've got Jim from Los Angeles, California. Ernest from Crossville, Sacramento. You're up early, Dave. Welcome. Lena from London. Oh, you're in Gainesville. Okay. Hey, well, you know what? I'm a big Michigan fan. We got a big showdown on Saturday, my friend. All right, so I got a lot of you coming in telling me where you're at. You know, one of the things about Market Traders Institute is we are a global company. Over the last 23 years, we've trained over 50,000 students worldwide how to take control of their financial lives by understanding the power in the foreign currency market. Now understand though, when it comes to trading and investing, you should never invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Please always trade with equity management in mind. And the reason for that is even the most successful traders in the world will take losses, okay? It's George Soros, William, Mr. Buffett takes losses. Everybody takes losses. It's part of being an investor. But with proper equity management and maximizing those returns and minimizing those losses, you can be very, very profitable in these markets. So a quick little agenda of my presentation today. What this presentation is really designed for, this webinar, is for you to decide if you see currency trading or Forex trading is something that you want to do. Now, I'm not here in my time today to teach you how to be a trader. That's why you'll become a student. My job is to show you how, again, we help people just like you make money in the currency market all over the world, and that you can do this too. Now, I know a lot of you are stocks traders, you're options traders, awesome. I know a lot of you are looking to trade full-time. I know a lot of you are looking to create a secondary income stream, a third income stream, okay? Well, maybe some of you are just trying to get a little bit better control of the financial situation in your life. Well, whatever your background is, your experience, we can teach you how to be a successful currency trader. But I will tell you, having been around this for coming up on 25 years, currency trading isn't for everybody, and it may not be for you. And you know what? That's all right. But what I have found in my life is successful people tend to do what unsuccessful people cannot, and are unwilling to do. So for that, I applaud all of you being here today. I mean, you're looking at different opportunities, you're listening to different presenters, you're all clearly looking to get a better control financially. So for that reason, I promise I do not take your time for granted. So again, welcome to the presentation. Now, this is live. Just want to make sure everybody understands. It's about 10:51 Eastern Standard Time. I'm broadcasting live from Orlando, Florida, in our corporate offices. Make sure you've got a pen, you've got a piece of paper, you're prepared to take notes. This presentation is going to go by very, very quickly. We've got some really incredible opportunities to talk about. We've got a live trading session tomorrow night that I'm going to invite all of you to so you can see our traders in action, how we make money in the currency market. And I'm also going to demonstrate to you an incredible indicator, a tool that we've created here, proprietary at Market Traders Institute, called the Target Trading Course. So a lot of information to cover. Now, I won't go too long on this because Renee already talked a little bit about me. Gang, basically, I've been in the financial services business for about 25 years. I've traded every asset class that is out there. I've been mentored by some of the best people on the planet. I love what we do at Market Traders Institute because what we've done is we've developed a system to teach a skill set. That's what we do. We teach you a skill, how you pay attention to the markets technically and fundamentally to decide and determine, based on where trends have been in the past, where they're going to move into the future. We're going to talk about exactly how we do that today. What I love about learning to invest and doing this from your home is it can create the type of financial freedom and lifestyle that lets you do a lot of different things. I don't stare at charts all day long. I don't, okay? I lecture, I do a lot of different things. I'm a writer. I've got 3 kids. I've got an 11-year-old son, a 9-year-old son, a 5-year-old daughter. I am busy coaching their sports. I'm a marathoner. I'm a triathlete. I don't stare at charts all day long. But what I've developed is a system and a skill set that I can make money around my busy schedule. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, that's just quickly a little bit of my background. Renee touched on it as well. What I'm curious is, though, from you in this presentation, what is your level of experience, your understanding in the foreign currency market? If you were to rank on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being you're brand new to this market, 10 being you're a currency expert, you're making $10, $20, $30,000 a month, go ahead and go into that chat box and do me a favor and rank your experience on a scale of 1 to 10. Do that for me right now, folks. All right, so I've got you coming in. I've got Sarah is a 1, Jim is a 1, Stefan is a 3. Keep entering them in, folks. I'm curious if everybody in here. Benton Harbor, Michigan, Kathleen. I grew up in Gaylord, Michigan. Been in Florida, though, for about 25 years. Go in your chat box, gang, and do me a favor. Rank on a scale from 1 to 10 your experience in the currency market. 1 being brand new, 10 being you're an expert. Okay, Ralph, you're a 5. Okay, keep going in there, gang. I got a lot of you. I want to get to all your Dave's a 7. Okay, Anderson is a 3. So I'm getting a few of you with 1s and 2s, some of you 3s and 4s, a handful of you that are 5 and above. Lena's a 3. Well, here's the thing about the currency market. Understand the currency market is what is called a zero-sum game, okay? That means in every trade, the losers pay the winners. And if you're a current trader and you find yourself losing more often than you would like, what you're doing is you're just paying people who've got more experience, better tools, better education than you do. So here is how you've got to look at this as a smart trader, as a smart business person, okay? If in every trade there's always a winner and a loser, and the only thing that separates them is that experience, is that technology, is that support, you need to get yourself on the winning side of that curve. And that's what this organization has done, okay? That's what this organization has done over the past 23 years, has built a formula, a system, and then an army of people behind to support our traders worldwide in becoming successful consistently month after month trading the currency market. Now, Market Traders Institute is not a broker, okay? Don't get confused with that. We're not affiliated with any brokers. In fact, you can use any broker you want in the world to clear your trades. They will all work with our technology. Again, what we are is a premier education, a coaching, a mentorship organization, and an education organization. Now, 23 years we've been in business. Now, for those of you that are business owners in this presentation, you know that you don't last 23 years in business unless you're doing something right. You know, you got a rock solid foundation. You back up what you promised. Now, if you look at the building on the screen right here, this is our corporate office. This is a 65,000 square foot training facility in Orlando, Florida. I'm about 10 miles down the road from Disney, about 6 miles down the road from SeaWorld, a couple miles from Universal Studios. We house over 200 employees here. A couple times a month, we will have people fly in from all over the world to spend some time with our experts, with our coaches, with our mentors. And we've gone through tremendous growth as an organization over the past 8 to 10 years. And the reason for our growth is a philosophy that starts with our founder, that we never leave a client behind. Now, in your notes, the first thing that I want you to write down is coaching and mentorship. Coaching and mentorship. One of the main ways we work with our clients is through our mentorship and our coaching programs. Now, understand, you could Google right now, you could Yahoo right now, you could go to YouTube, and you can find a ton of information on how to trade the currency market. A lot of people promising, teaching you how to do this effectively. You want to know how you do this effectively, successfully, consistently? You find somebody or a group of people who are doing it, that have a proven track record of not the last 6 months, of years and years and years, that not only know how to trade it, but know how to teach it and support you and train you and hold your hand through the process while you become a successful currency trader. Does that make sense to all of you? If so, you know, type in, yeah, of course, in the chat box, okay? One of the things that we do here at Market Traders Institute is we provide a 24-hour-a-day online trading room where you as a student can literally log in, watch live trading, live analysis with our coaches, our mentors, 24 hours a day. Every minute the currency market is open, we are live trading with our students. I mean, we literally hold our students' hands while they get successful in these markets. Now, through our growth, we certainly have gained a lot of attention. In fact, last year we were ranked by Inc. magazine as the 592nd fastest growing privately held company in the US. This year we will break into the top 500. In fact, we were just notified of that last week. And we are led by this gentleman in this organization right here and founded by this gentleman. His name's Jared Martinez. He is known throughout the financial world as the FX chief. He has been trading the currency market, that market exclusively, for 30 years, okay? He brings a ton of credibility to our organization. He's a best-selling author, teacher. You know, he's been on Fox Business News, CNBC, all the TV shows. He leads our mentoring and our coaching programs within this organization. This is the level of experience and expertise that you as a student of this group get to lean on every single day when you trade these markets. Now, two of the most important coaches and mentors you will have when you become a student today are these two gentlemen on the screen right here. Now, the guy to the right, that's Gary Fickhart. Gary Fickhart, in one of his trading accounts, and I'm going to show you the account in a few minutes here, a third-party MyFX book account, verified real account, in the last 12 months has weighed over 25,000 pips. Now, for those of you that don't know what a pip is, we'll get into that in a few minutes, but on a standard lot, that's over $250,000 profit. He's winning 92% of his trades in that last year, and I will show you the account. Josh Martinez, the gentleman on the left, in the last 5 months, and again, I will show you his account as well, has earned over 10,000 pips, winning 78% of his trades. Again, on a standard lot, that's about $100,000 of profit. Now, here's the thing I want you to write in your notes, okay? Tomorrow night, 7 p.m., write down Euro Wave. 7 p.m., it's Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night. I know a lot of you are tuning in from all over the world. Write down 7 p.m. For this investor inspiration presentation that I am doing today, we've been allowed to open up 14 seats for you to come in and see how we interact and trade live with our students, okay? Because we have an incredible opportunity set up over the next 5 trading days where we're anticipating over 1,000 pip move where you can sit in and watch this. Now, if you're interested in being one of the 14 people selected to be live in this session tomorrow, what I need you to do at this point in time is go into that chat box and type in your telephone number, okay? And we'll follow up with you when the presentation's over to see if you're qualified to be one of those folks. I've only got 14 of those seats. We keep it pretty small, pretty intimate, because we want to give you the level of success and questions answered and attention to support all of our students. So if you're interested in being one of those, put your telephone number in the chat box for me right now, okay? Because this is what we do for our students. We provide results. You can go and look on Facebook. You can go and look on Gary's Facebook page, Josh Martinez's Facebook page, all of our experts' Facebook pages, okay? And you can see for yourself the results that our students are attaining. I mean, look at Dan on this page, 5,500 pips a week for 7 weeks, okay? Again, over here, Tom, 2,080 pips, profit, okay? Over here, Hayward closed out in the week, 4,850 pips. Again, on a standard lot, that's an opportunity for over $40,000 in a week. In a mini lot, that's $4,800, okay? What we do for our students is provide them a system. It's a skill set where they're gaining success. And gang, we're very transparent with what we do. Reason why we've been around for 23 years, trained over 50,000 students, is our students are profitable, okay? So my promise to you, and again, I got a bunch of putting your numbers in, great. NA too, if you put your real name in there, your first name, so we know what to address you by, that would be helpful as well. And I got a bunch of you putting numbers, great. We've got 14 seats available for you. So my promise to all of you is by the time that I'm done in our next short period of time here together, is you're going to understand the potential in the Forex market if you don't already, okay? We're going to talk about the difference between trading Forex and the stock market. In addition, you're going to see how you can have immediate profit potential without quitting whatever you're doing full time. Now, this is not about becoming some overnight millionaire, get rich quick. There's no such thing as that nonsense. Again, we're a 23-year-old company. We got 200 employees. We teach you a skill, ladies and gentlemen, okay? It's a skill set that you learn to repeat over and over and over again. So when I'm done with my presentation, I'm going to give every one of you in this webinar an opportunity to become one of our students for the next 60 days at our expense, so you can see for your own eyes what makes us great as an organization. All I ask is, as I go through this presentation and I start demonstrating some of our technology, our tools, what our students are doing, I just want you to picture yourself in front of your computer and ask yourself a few questions. You know, can you see yourself doing what I am teaching? Okay. Can you picture yourself following the information that I'm going to teach you? Okay. Can you give us 30 to 45 minutes a day of your time? And if you start to answer yes to these types of questions, I believe, gang, that you are on your way to being a very, very successful currency trader. I mean, we're so confident in what we do here at Market Traders Institute. We believe that if you cannot learn to trade the currency market successfully, consistently, month after month from us, you're not going to be able to learn anywhere else in the world. Now, I know that's a bold statement, but our background, our history, our expertise, our results prove that day in and day out. So let's talk a little bit about the potential in this market, because I know a lot of you are stock traders in this market, okay? Why would you want to trade the Forex market over the stock market? And I started out as an equities trader. I traded options. Now I only trade the currency market. First, the answer is you need to pick the market that's going to give you the best shot to make the most money, okay? And the differences are significant, okay? Execution is always important. When you buy and sell, you want to make sure you're getting the best price. You know, in the stock market, whether you know it or not, when you send out a market order or when your limit order becomes a market order, they can hold your trade up to 17 seconds the whole time. They're trading against you. That costs you money every time on both sides of the trade. In the Forex market, there's always a buyer and a seller, and the price you see is the price you get. Not only does that lower your risk, it lowers your cost. And instead of money in your broker's pocket, that's money back in your pocket. Now let's talk about the leverage in this market, okay? Because this is where your capital comes in. The driver to profits is always your leverage, but in the stock market, you don't get any. If you want to buy 200 shares of Apple at 150 bucks a share, you got to come up with 30 grand. Even on a margin account, you're still laying out 15,000. No matter what stock you buy, you have to lay out the whole amount to have any kind of meaningful position. In the Forex market, not only do you get a little leverage, you get a ton of leverage. And you and I both know that leverage is where all of your best investments have come from. Think about your house. When you bought your house, you didn't pay cash for your house. You put a small amount down, but now you control the asset. If the house goes up in value, you get to keep the profit. Instead of laying out 100 grand with 50 to 1 leverage, in the Forex market, you can control that with $2,000. And I'll show you how to do that. The stock market, as far as limited hours, is open 9:30 to 4 o'clock in the US. That's great if you can make time to trade around those schedules, okay? But for a lot of traders, that doesn't fit into their life schedule. Plus, when there's gaps in time, there's gaps in price. If Amazon announces bad earnings after the bell, you know what happens the next day? The stock drops 30 points. You can't do anything about it till the next morning, and then it's too late. The Forex market is open 24 hours a day. There are no gaps of time. There's no gaps of price. And you can trade it anywhere you want to or whenever it fits your schedule. It's awesome. Now, this market is the biggest market in the world. That's the biggest thing also about this market. It's super convenient, it's lower cost, and that's a major consideration. And it's just flat out easier to learn, to master, to understand, to be good at. And I can teach you how to trade this market in an hour, because if you've traded anything before, you're more than halfway there to begin to win with the Forex market because you know the mechanics, okay? So let's apply what you already know to the Forex market, and it will be easy to focus on this, okay? It'll be easier to focus because instead of sifting through thousands of stocks to find some opportunity, the Forex market has all the opportunity you want, and there's only about 8 currency pairs you're really ever going to pay attention to, okay? When there's thousands and thousands of stocks, it can take up a lot of your time. So that's what we're going to talk about today as we move into the currency market and the opportunity in this market. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open up my charts. Okay, what I need everybody to acknowledge is that I've shifted from my PowerPoint presentation and I've now opened up my charting software. Please type in a yes or a Y if you can see that. Please type in a yes or a Y if you can see that I've opened up my charting software. I need to make sure everybody can see it. I don't want to leave anybody behind, so just go in that chat box, that question box, type in a yes or a Y. Awesome. All right, thanks Keith and Doug and Ron and everybody in here. Great. All right, so trading the currency market is like trading any other market that's out there. What we're looking to do in this market is buy low, the old adage, sell high when the market is moving up, and also we're looking to sell when the market reverses and make money when it goes down, okay? In the currency market, all we're doing is trading one currency pair versus another, okay? Now, what our specific job in the currency market is, though, it's a little bit different. Our job is to capture pips. In my experience, people, hang on to me. I'm going to speed this up in a little bit and get into our analysis and some of our tools. But a pip is an acronym for price, interest, point. Price, interest, point. Now, I'm not going to get into a big, long definition or description of what a pip is. All I want you to know for this presentation is that pips are good. You want to capture as many pips as you can when the market is moving up, and you want to capture as many pips when the market reverses and it goes the other direction. You also don't need to be some financial expert, some mathematical wizard to make money in the currency market. I'll tell you what, I'm not any big mathematical wizard. I would be willing to bet that my 11, soon to be 12-year-old son, who's recently entered the 6th grade, is probably better at math than I am. And at 47 years old, I'm not, I mean, I can admit that, you know, that doesn't bother me. But I will tell you what I'm awesome at is the same thing you're going to become awesome at, is identifying patterns in the market. Because the thing about the currency markets that's so unique is it does the same things over and over and over again. And you're going to learn to use the tools, indicators, your coaches, your mentors to help you identify where the markets have been to tell us where the markets are going to go in the future. Okay, now what you're looking at as far as this charting software, this is Market Traders Institute's own proprietary trading platform that we have built by traders for traders. We have our own patent pending technology. We've got our own proprietary tools, our own smart tools, and I'll be able to demonstrate a handful of them to you today. Okay, we've spent millions of dollars to develop this through the years. This will work and interact with any brokerage firm you want. Again, we're not a broker, but your brokerage account can hook directly right into our trading platform so you can execute all of your trades. This charting software works on every currency pair and every time period that's out there. Now, for my new people, I just want to give a little bit of an understanding of what you're looking at. Now, my experienced people, hang tight with me. We're going to get into some more advanced tools here in a moment. But for my experienced people, or inexperienced people, if you look at the middle of the screen, you can see where it says GBP NZD 1 hour. Can everybody see that right there? GBP NZD 1 hour. What we're looking at is the Great British Pound, New Zealand dollar 1 hour chart. Okay, now each of these little rectangle looking things up here are what are called a Japanese candlestick. Okay, Japanese candlestick, for those of you that are new, are just a visual representation of how much the market has moved within a particular period of time. Because we're on a 1 hour chart, every one of these candlesticks represent 1 hour. Pretty simple. Now, if you look at this candle right here, this particular candle opened up right here, dipped down, had a low for the hour. That's a wick that's hanging off the bottom. Moved up, had a real high for the hour, settled in, closed out that candle, and then it opened up a brand new candlestick of which it moved up, had a high for the hour, settled in, had a low for the hour, and closed that candle out right there. And it keeps doing this over and over and over again. Now, candlesticks are important to traders because, again, they're a visual representation of how much the market has moved, and they form patterns, okay? And they help us determine when there's a change of direction, a reversal of trend based on the pattern in the market, okay? Now, candlesticks, a great way to think of them if you're new, is they're kind of like the sign language of the market. That's a great description, the sign language of the market. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes here. Now, I'm just going to take a couple minutes to get my new people up to speed in understanding how pips turn into profits in the currency market, how we make a trade and execute a trade in the currency market, and then we will start to get into analyzing what we buy and how we sell, okay? But for just demonstration purposes right now and making sure I get everybody up to speed in understanding the currency market as a whole, I just want everybody to understand, you know, buying and selling in this market is like any other market. You're going to buy low, sell high. So let's just say we got an indicator to buy down here. We got an indicator to sell right up here. The difference between this, where we bought right down here and where we sold up here, the difference between these two lines would be that number and that number. And that would equal the amount of pips profit we would make. Now, I can figure that out by grabbing right here my ruler, heading right on up and clicking right here. Now, can everybody see if I click up here and show you with my cursor in the top left-hand corner? Can everybody see where it says August 22nd? We would have bought into this position at 4 p.m. August 24th, we would have sold out of this position at 2 a.m. We would have profited 170 pips, and we would have been in this trade for 34 bars. Now, a bar is a candlestick. So if this chart shows hour candlesticks, well, each bar equals 1 hour. So does everybody understand this information right here? I'm going to buy down here. I'm in it 34 hours. I sell up here, and I profited 170 pips. Type in a yes or a Y in the chat box if you understand that. All right, good. Everybody's telling me they understand it. Yes, 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 yes. If you don't understand it, please type in no. I don't want to leave anybody behind. But if you do understand it, type in a yes or a Y for me right now. Thank you, Lena. Thank you, Karen, Tracy, Sally, Natalie. Awesome. Okay, good. Well, let's talk about how we make money in the currency market. Because as a currency trader, you got options of how you can trade in this market, okay? You can trade with different lot sizes. You can trade with what is called a micro lot, a mini lot, or a standard lot. Micro, mini, or standard. If you trade with the micro lot, you're looking at about a $20 US investment per trade. Now, for my new people right there, that's one of the most beautiful things about the Forex market. It doesn't require a lot of capital to start trading. You can start very small and grow your account over time. Now, I'll tell you that most people typically start out with what is called a mini lot investment, because that's about a $200 investment per trade, and a standard lot is a $2,000 investment per trade. Each of these have a different profit value to them. If you trade with a micro lot, you're looking at a 10-cent per pip profit. Obviously, that's not a lot of money. If you look at the trade I just showed you a moment ago, we use that as an example. We would have got into this trade August 22nd at 4 p.m. We invested our $20. Our broker holds on to our $20. We sell out of this trade August 24th at 2 a.m. We get our $20 back from our broker. For every pip, we just made 10 cents. Well, we made 170 pips, so our profit on $20 was $17. Obviously not a lot of money, but that's a tremendous return on investment over a very short amount of time in 34 hours. Well, how about if we make that exact same trade over the exact same period of time, doing the exact same amount of analysis, but this time we put a little more investment in and we did a mini lot. We invested $200. Well, now 34 hours later, we get our $200 investment back, plus for every pip, we just profited $1. So we made now $170 profit on a $200 investment in 34 hours. Okay, great, tremendous return on investment. Well, let's say you start reinvesting your winnings. You start reinvesting your earnings, okay? Your trade goes a little bit bigger. Now you do that same analysis, the same trade, the same period of time, except now you invest $2,000 in a standard lot. 34 hours later, you sell, you get your $2,000 back, plus for every profit of every pip you make $10. So now on those 170 pips, they're worth $1,700. For those of you that are newer to the currency market, do you now start to understand why so many traders, so many investors are moving money into this market? The leverage and the buying power you get in this market are unprecedented. I don't care if you're trading options, futures, anything. The currency market is the best in the world as it relates to this, okay? So this is what we do every day with our students right here on this screen. So what I'm going to do now is I just want to take a minute before we jump back into the live market and I start doing some analysis and showing you our tools and how this information works. I want you to take a minute and take the information I just went over. And I want you to write down on your paper, in your notes, how much money do you need to make every single month consistently? That's the key, consistently, from the Forex market in order to accomplish some of your financial goals. Write that number down. Now, you don't need to share that number with me. I'm not asking to share. I want you to write it down for your own personal information. I also recommend you write down why you wrote this number. Everybody's got a different game plan. You know, I get a lot of students that come on board that want to trade part-time to generate a couple extra $1,000 a month for spending money. Great. I get some people that want to retire early. I get a lot of students that are retired looking to supplement their income. Whatever your reason is, write that down for me right now. In your notes, gang. And I've got a few of you that are sharing with me. Awesome. I can see Tracy says 5,000, Josh says 10,000, Emily says 2,000 a month, Ian says 4,000. Michael, I like how you think. Michael says 20,000 a month to cover my expenses, okay? Hermanito, 5,000 every other week. Well, I'll tell you what, every single one of those numbers are absolutely 100% possible. In fact, you can look at our Facebook pages and you'll be blown away at the results that our students have, okay? We've got students that are making 5,500 pips in 1 week. I mean, on a standard lot, that's $55,000. On a mini lot, that's $5,500. All of that is possible, but I'll tell you what, my typical student is typically trying to make between $2,000 to $10,000 per month. That's pretty par for the course, okay? But here's the big question for all of you. If we can teach you a couple basic strategies where you can consistently make $2,000 to $10,000 per month, every month in your free time, not quitting your job, not turning your life upside down, would you be willing to set aside 30 to 45 minutes to the currency market every single day? Would you be willing to give the currency market an MTI 30 to 45 minutes of your time every day to accomplish whatever number you wrote down in your notes? If so, type in yes in the chat box or me in the chat box. Because this is what we do. We've been doing this for 23 years. We've trained over 50,000 people. We've got the best tools, best technology, best coaches, best mentors, and we back up what we do for our people in this organization, okay? So I got a lot of you saying yes, yes, me. Natalie says me, I would. Sally says of course. Diana says of course. Jack says of course. Anna says for sure. Awesome. Ernest and nah. Awesome, gang. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to transition back to my charting software. Okay, so when I got some questions that I want to address quickly before we jump too much further into the presentation. I've got several of you asking me about our coaching and our mentorship programs, how you can work with people like Josh Martinez, Gary Fickhart, Tyson Clayton, Tad Devan, some of our experts, even Jared Martinez himself. Okay, I've got your question, Wendy, Diana. The easiest thing for you to do if you're curious on how our coaching and our mentorship programs work and everything that's around them, the investment in them, the easiest thing for you to do is just type your telephone number into the chat box for me. And when I'm done, when your presentation's done, we can follow up with you, answer your questions, go over how everything works. I only get a short amount of time with all of you, and I have a lot of information to cover in my time. So I would recommend, okay, I've got your number, Diana. Sam, I've got your number. Isaac, I've got your number. Wendy, I've got your number as well. And also, some of you that have recently logged in, you know we've got our session tomorrow night. We have a live Eurowave session tomorrow night. For those of you that have just logged in, we've got an anticipated move in the next 5 trading days of about 1,000 pips of opportunity. I'm inviting 14 of you in this presentation today to sit in on this live trading session tonight. If you've recently logged in and you didn't put your phone number in earlier, if you're interested in being in this live session, please do that for me right now so we can follow up with you. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night. You'll see how we set our targets up, the opportunity there. And gang, that's money in the next 5 days. So, okay, good. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and cruise back over to I've got your number. Charles, I've got your number. Brandon, I've got your number. Ward, we can answer that for you. No problem. We'll follow up with you. And Dan, I've got your number as well. Okay, good. So can everybody acknowledge right here that I have transitioned back to my charting software? If so, type in a yes or a Y or a me, something in the chat box that you can see that. Type in a yes or a Y. Yes, as you can see that I've transitioned back to the charting software. Okay, everybody's telling me yes, 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 yes. Okay, good. What we're going to do for the next few minutes and kind of to set the agenda for the duration of the rest of our time here together, okay, is I'm going to take a couple minutes and I'm going to introduce you to some traditional technical analysis, okay, how investors, traders, institutions, banks, professional traders have been trading these markets for years, using support, resistance, candlesticks, breakouts, fibs, ABCs, all sorts of types of different indicators and tools. What I need to make sure, and this might be basic for some of my advanced people, but I need to make sure everybody is up to the same speed. Because once I've got everybody up to the same level and you have some type of a concept of how traditional technical analysis works, I am then going to introduce you to a few of our incredible tools that we've created at Market Traders Institute. Basically, the thing with traditional technical analysis, and my experienced traders would tell you this, is it can take you months to get good at and years to master. Well, most people don't want to wait years to get really good at something. So our experience, our background, what we've leveraged is our people, our technology to build tools where we've slashed that learning curve. And what it is it doesn't take you 60 days to understand our indicators. In an hour, you can understand our indicator. And you can be successfully trading the currency market profitably in days, making pips. And I will show you exactly how that works with proven, time-tested, real accounts, real money, real strategies, okay? So that's what we're going to talk about, okay? So let's take a look at looking at the markets. Now, we all understand that, you know, the thing about markets, and currency markets especially, is the market moves in a wave-like pattern, okay? The market will move up and down in these wave-like patterns, and up and down and up and down and like this. And what we're looking to do as currency traders is make money when the market moves up, pulls back, we get a reversal, get an indicator to get in and make money when it moves up. Or when we get a reversal and it moves down and the energy of the market starts to go the other direction to make money when it goes down. Now, there's three things that every successful trader must know when entering a trade. Number one, they got to know where's the market going. Market direction. Okay, that's number one. Number two, okay. I got your number, Robert, thanks. You must be local, Robert. I see you're 407. We're broadcasting out by the Millennium Mall in our corporate offices. Number two, when to get in. Okay. Number three, when to get out. Whoa, fingers aren't working properly today. To get out. All right, so when to get in, when to get out. Now, you're going to learn different tools and indicators and information and reversals and all sorts of technical information to help us determine those three things. In addition to, as a Market Traders Institute, to have a coach, to have a mentor, to have people trading live with you every single day. I mean, that's why our students are successful. We have proven traders with time-tested, proven strategies, with actual proven results that work with our students every day. Now, one of the indicators that you will learn when working with us as an organization is to understand the power of a Fibonacci. Now, for those of you that are new, this is interesting to look into when I'm done. Don't start reading into Fibonacci right now because you can get lost in a wormhole. But for those of you that are new, understand that Leonardo Fibonacci is a 13th century mathematician, okay? It's a 13th century mathematician. He found that the world and discovered that the world of nature tends to have this rhythmic cycle built right into it. He found that animals would reproduce in a Fibonacci sequence. He found that plants would grow in a mathematical Fibonacci sequence. The human body moves in and out of this sequence. Okay, if you look at the scales on a fish, they are not in some random format. They are in a Fibonacci sequence, a mathematical equation. If you look at the leaves on this sunflower right here, it's in a Fibonacci mathematical sequence, okay? Well, the thing about the markets is they move in these patterns over and over and over again. We can apply the Fibonacci mathematics, the golden ratio, to the markets. And what Fibonacci's help us determine is where the market's going to go in the future based on where it's been in the past with the use of retracements and extensions. Now, let me show you how this works, okay? As we've talked about, the currency market moves in this wave-like pattern where it will move up and make a higher high, pull back and make a higher low, up and make a higher high, pull back and make a higher low, up and make a higher high, back and make a higher low. Then it'll move up and it'll reverse and it'll go the other direction, make a lower low, okay, lower high, lower low, lower high, and it keeps doing that over and over again, okay? Well, I'm gonna do some real basic analysis for you right here. Let me get this just like this. Do some basic analysis for you. I'm gonna draw out what's called an A boundary, a B boundary, and a C boundary. And again, we're gonna do this live in the market in a second here, and then I'm gonna show you some just incredible tools that we've created that's for my experienced people, you're gonna absolutely love, because you're gonna be able to appreciate them. My new people, you're gonna be excited about them, but you probably haven't logged the time in like the other traders to really appreciate this stuff. But anyway, this is my tools right here along here in the Ultimate Charting software. I got all this information and tools. I'm going to click on my Fibonacci retracement. I'm going to come right down here to my A, and I'm going to draw out my Fibonacci. Now, automatically, this is telling me a story. The software is doing all the work. What it's telling me is based on where the market has performed its low, where it's going to move in the future. okay? So this is what I'm looking to do. If I'm looking to make a trade, I'm going to draw up very clean, very easy for you, 3 buy zones to pay attention to. I'm going to have one color-coded as a red buy zone, okay? Another one, my next buy zone right here, make it very easy for you to understand. My next one right here is going to be a blue buy zone. We'll show you this, okay? And then my final one down here, I'm going to draw out a green buy zone. Just want to make it color-coded so it's very easy and clean for you to understand. So what I need everybody to do is jump into that chat box and acknowledge that you can see that I've drawn out 3 buy zones, green, blue, and red. If you can see that, type in a yes or a Y for me, please. Type in a yes or a Y. All right, Ron says yes, Jackson says yes, Emily says yes, Neil says yes, Sue says yes, everybody's telling me yes. You can see red, blue, and green. All right, Doug says yupper. All right, cool. So what we're looking at here is now we want the market to move up, and in this scenario, pull back. Then what we're looking for is an indicator when the reversal takes place down here to buy into this position and let the Fibonacci's tell us when to get out as this moves up, okay? Very simple, very easy, very clean. Now, the different types of indicators that we use to help us down here in the change of direction are going to be, trend line breaks, pattern breaks. A lot of times we'll use candlestick patterns. We've embedded all of this in the software for you. But for right now, what I want you to pay attention to is more the Fibonacci. Let's say we got an indicator down here in the green zone that it was time to buy. So we made our trade. So we buy down here. Again, we're not a broker. Our software works directly with any broker in the world, okay? Anybody. So let's say we buy down here in the green zone. Well, based on the Fibonacci and the mathematics behind it, if I buy down here, I'm going to hold as this position is moving up, moving up, moving up, moving up. Now I'm going to sell. Now I know to sell because if you imagine this green Fibonacci extension coming all the way across this line, as soon as this breaks through this line, I sell. Now the reason for that is because the software is doing the work for me. It's doing all the heavy lifting. It's telling me, based on where this has been in the past, if you continue to hold on to this trade past this extension, the probabilities, law of averages, start to work against you that the trade is going to go the other direction. So I'm going to buy from green, and I'm going to sell when I hit that green Fibonacci extension. Pretty basic concept. All right, so let's say my reversal takes place down here in my blue zone, okay? So it takes place in my blue zone. So now I make my trade right here. I buy in this blue zone. I'm going to hold on to this trade as it's moving up. It's starting to move up, move up, move up. Boom, I sell. Now I'm going to sell as soon as this breaks through this blue extension for the same reasons. If I continue to hold on, the law of averages are going to tell me that it's going to start to go against me in this trade. So I'm going to sell right here when it hits this blue extension. All right. Well, let's say my reversal takes place anywhere in this red zone. Okay, so I buy in my red zone. I'm sure you can figure this out at this point. If I bought in my red zone, I am now going to buy down here and hold as this is moving up, moving up, moving up, boom, until it hits this red Fibonacci extension. So can everybody go to the chat box and acknowledge that I'm going to buy and sell from green to green, blue to blue, and red to red? Please type in a yes or a Y in the chat box for me right now, if you understand that basic concept. All right, cool. Ron says yes. Jason says yes. Karen, Zoe, Dominic, Brian, all of you are saying yes. Charles says yes. Joan says of course. Okay, good. Everybody's coming in saying yes. All right, so let's just say for an example, before we start jumping into live evaluations and everything in real market conditions, let's just say we decided down here to buy into this position. Now we can figure out if this goes all the way up and hits our extension, what our profit would be, okay? What our profit would be, because we could just do very basic math. Now in this example, it would be about 150 pips. So in this example, that would mean we would have a 150 pip target. So we got 150 pip target. Okay, so now what we got to do is we got to protect our downside. We got to protect our losses. Okay, now how do we do that? In fact, take a look at this. I want you to look at something right here. This right here is Josh Martinez, one of your coaches, one of the experts that you will work with in this organization, okay? This is his MyFX book, third-party verified, real account. You can see Josh Martinez right here, real account. This account was opened up February 13th this year, okay? So in just a couple days, about 6 months and 2 weeks, okay, this account has generated over 10,000 pips. Now on a standard lot, that's $100,000 trading a standard lot. Josh is winning in this account 77% of his trades, okay? How many of you would like an opportunity to trade live with Josh Martinez so you can see how he does this? If you'd like to see how Josh Martinez trades live, type in your telephone number in the chat box because we have some live sessions coming up and we'll see if we can work you into one of them. We actually have the technology, gang, that we've created in our organization. Now pay close attention to this, where you can take your brokerage account and fund it, okay? And you can actually connect your brokerage account to Josh Martinez's trading software. Now we're not a broker, we don't handle your money, your broker goes with whomever you want. But you have the ability that every time Josh Martinez makes a trade in his account, it will make the exact same trade in your account. That is called a trade copier. So imagine if you had your account, you're connected to Josh Martinez's software, and in the last 6 months, all you did is have his account trade for trade, this account right here, on a standard lot, you would have generated $100,000 of profit. Okay? Pretty cool, right? How many of you would be interested in learning about how that works? If so, type in your telephone number in the chat box for me, because a lot of you will think that's pretty cool. We've created that technology called a trade copier that we've got. It's pretty incredible stuff. But here's the thing I want you to know about Josh. As great of a trader as he is, I mean, out of every 10 trades that he places, if you round it up a little bit, he wins 8 out of 10, but he's still taking a couple losses. So everybody has to protect their downside in the market as a trader, right? Every single one of you have to protect your downside in the market. So what you're going to do is you're going to set up, basic stop loss orders. Now, I don't stare at my computer screens at my charts all day long. Yeah, I got a bunch of you putting your phone numbers in for sure. Yeah, if you'd like to see about trading, do the trade copier, it's pretty cool. We'll show you how that works. Put your phone number in. That's cool. All right, so I'm going to set up my stop loss order. That just says basically, listen, I'm going to set my trade up and I'm going to forget about it. I don't like sitting there staring at charts all day long. What I want to do is have a plan, go into my trade, know that if it goes my way, I've got an exit strategy. If it goes against me, I have an exit strategy. Typically, I'm going to set my stop loss orders depending on if I'm conservative or aggressive. In this example, let's just say that we're conservative, about 5 to 10 pips below my A boundary, okay? So in this example, that would be about 50 pips. So can everybody now see that we've just created 50 pips? Whoops. Risk. 50 pips of risk. So can everybody understand we've got a 3-to-1 risk ratio in here? 3-to-1 risk ratio. Does everybody see we got a 3-to-1 risk ratio? Okay, again, we're going to pick the speed up of this in just a couple minutes here and get rocking and rolling because I want to introduce you to this to live, real time. I want to introduce you to the other indicators. Okay, so now what we're looking at. Let's say we made our trade here. Down here, this went our direction. It went up. It hit our Fibonacci. We sold. Okay, we don't chase it as it keeps going up. We sell. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 150 pips, goes back in my account. As a Fibonacci trader, I'm going to repeat this type of analysis over again. I'm going to draw out my Fibonacci as it starts to move up again. And then when the market reverses, okay, as the market reverses, I'm going to go ahead and make money in a downward turn in the market and make money on a move down in the market. Now let me show you this and how this works in real time. So I brought up a different currency pair. I brought up the Euro US dollar, okay? Now this is part of the indicators and patent pending technology and tools that we've created, okay? This is something that only Market Traders Institute students have. You can see right here where it says MTI up here, Smart Tools. I'm going to click on here. I'm going to grab my Smart Fibonacci. I'm going to find my low, and on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, boom. The software just drew out my Fibonacci's for me, 100% accurate. Pretty cool, huh? For my experienced traders, you know that that's pretty cool stuff. If you like that, type in yes or me or something in the chat box. Let me know you're alive. Awesome, gang. So this is cool. Now look at Fibonacci's. This is a powerful, powerful tool. Do Fibonacci's work? Well, here's the thing. My first low was right over here. This would have been my AB. Here's my C entry point right here. And I hit my red extension right here almost perfectly. And that's when I sell. My next opportunity is right here, AB. Here's my C. Well, my next opportunity is to sell was right here. And then look what's happening right now. Can you see we've got a brand new A? The software did it automatically. A brand new B right here. All we're waiting for is this to continue to move down. You're alive. I like it. Awesome. So all I can tell you is I'm waiting now for this to move down. So let's show you this right now. Awesome, gang. I don't know why my tool's giving me a hard time. And bring this down. So this to push down. When we get our C down in this area, we'll look to buy and then let the Fibonacci tell us when to get up as it moves out. Now just look at these two examples I just showed you. If we got in right here and wrote it to my extension, that's 255 pips in 14 days. That's not too bad. 255 pips, 14 days. My next opportunity right here to get in and get out right here at this extension, 314 pips in 17 days. 314 pips. 314 pips. So here's an opportunity to have made a couple trades, all right? Over those couple trades, earn 314 pips plus 255 pips equals 569 pips in 32 days. Oops. 369 pips. Excuse me, 569 pips, 32 days on a standard lot. That's $5,690. And gang, we're just waiting for our new opportunity to move open for us right here. This is Fibonacci. This is incredible tools, incredible information. Traders have been making money for it for years. You know what the downside of Fibonacci's are, gang? The downside with Fibonacci's are, you better have a lot of time to put into this to master it, because to get exact entry and exit points is a challenge. It can take you 60 days to learn, 2 years to master, which if you do that, it's an incredible opportunity. But what I'm going to introduce you to now is how we accelerate that process of you not spending 60 days to learn something, or if you're a current trader, 60 days to learn a new tool, but add in an hour, 60 minutes, a brand new indicator to your arsenal that has proven to provide and produce incredible results in pips. 2 years to master? No, we're talking about a couple days and you're successfully trading this market. Now, what I want to look at this right here is what is called the Target Trading 2.0 course. Now, within the Target 2.0 trading course, we have an indicator that is called the Target Trading 2.0 indicator. Now, there's different types of targets you can trade to in this particular strategy. You can trade monthly targets, weekly targets, and daily targets. We're going to talk about right now at first daily target trading. So how this works is on the Ultimate Charting software, our trading platform. On the currency pair of your choice, every day, 5 o'clock, you will have a target that will appear. Okay, at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the United States of America, you will have a target that will appear. Then what you're going to do is you're going to trade to the direction of that target. Okay, and I'm going to show you this live in the market in just a moment. This indicator, this tool takes all the guesswork out of this system. Okay, and this tool, this indicator has a 72% strike win rate. In fact, in third-party verified MyFX book accounts, which I'm going to show you in just a moment, it's generated in one standard lot, just one standard lot in the last year, July to July. It's up even more into this August. over 27,000 pips on a standard lot over $276,000. Okay? How would you like to have an opportunity to directly hook your account up to a system like that? Okay? The results are tremendous. So let's look at this tool right now. I'm going to come right over here, and I'm going to click where it says new currency pair. Let me show you exactly how this works. As I mentioned to you before, okay, in this indicator, again, you can monthly target trade, you can weekly target trade, you can daily target trade. Right now, we're going to talk for a moment about daily target trading. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, your target appears. I'm going to show you how it looks on the software. I'm going to show you live with it and everything in a moment. Then you're going to do is you're going to trade to the target. You're going to trade to the target. So this is what it's going to look like. All right, so we know the markets move in these patterns. Markets move in these wave-like patterns. Let me pull up my market will move up. Market pulls back. Okay, so now it's 5 p.m. and our target will appear on our software. So the target will appear. It's going to look just like this right on your trading screen. You're going to see it in just a moment, a black line like this. So now what your job is to do is to trade up to this target. So I'm going to get into my trade and I start to trade up to this target. So I'm buying up to my target all the way up, boom, I'm out. I sell right here. Okay, now this may keep on going. That's all right. The system has got the algorithm built in. It's got the information built into it that tells you don't hold any further past here because the law of averages are working against you. It's going to go the other direction. It may go, keep on going. That's all right. But this is how we get such a high win strike rate. I'm going to show you this in a moment. So let's say it keeps moving up. Next day, 5 o'clock, our target appears. Next day, 5 o'clock, our target appears. This time it's below, down here. Well, now I'm going to trade down to my target. So I start to trade down to this target, and I'm going to trade until it hits my target, and I'm out of this position. And again, it could keep right on moving. Well, the next day, let's say our target appears. Now, pay attention to this because this is very critical that you understand this concept. The next day, my target appears. Okay, so I'm back into buying into this position right here. I'm going to trade up to this target. As it's moving up, moving up, moving up. Uh-oh, it doesn't hit the target, and then it goes the other direction. This is called a missed target right here. This is a missed target. This will happen, okay? This will happen 28% of the time. But you hit your target 78% of the time. Do you think you could be a successful currency trader if you have a tool and indicator that sends you out targets that you hit 78% of the time as long as you have proper equity management? Okay, it should be 22% right here. Well, let's look at how this tool works, gang. Let me show you how this works. I'm going to lay this indicator out for you right here, and we're going to bring up the target trading 2.0 indicator, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can use this tool, how you're going to have an opportunity to have this on your desk today so you can see exactly how our students are successful using this tool. I'm going to go ahead and grab my indicator, come over here, and lay my indicator right on top. Okay? So I've laid my indicator right on top right here. Okay, you should be able to see. Let me shrink this out a little bit, move it out a little bit for you so you can see it a little bit better. Each one of these red boxes, represent 1 day. Okay, they represent 1 day. What I'm looking to do is trade into my targeted position. So let's go over here and take a look at this. My first position right here, I'm going to blow this up a little bit for you. Bring this over here. Okay, can everybody see? This is August 9th, 5 o'clock. So my target appears above. So what I'm looking to do is trade down to my target. So I'm waiting for my first red candle to get into that trade. Well, you can see already in my screen here, or what I would say, do it this way. Tell me when the red candle appears. There's my red candle, okay? There's my first opportunity to trade, and this opportunity I just generated about 34 pips in about 3 hours. Well, that same day, if I wanted to trade this again, tell me if my red candle appeared. There it is. Does it hit? Boom, right there. Next opportunity was to get in and hold on to here, another 28 pips in about 4 hours. So there's 2 trades, about 60 pips. Well, let's look at the next day. You can see the target will appear. Make this very clear for you, very easy and clean for you to understand. Bring this all the way over to here. And the next day, my trade will appear. Okay, here's the next day. Can everybody see my candle has now appeared below right here? There's my candle. This is now August 10th, 5 p.m. My candle is here. Now what I'm waiting for my indicator is my first green candle to appear. And that's when I'm going to buy into my position. So tell me when my first green candle appears. Tell me when I get that first green candle to appear, first green candle to appear, first green candle to appear. Tell me when my first green candle appears, first green candle appears. There it is. Now I buy into my position right here, okay? Now what I'm looking to do is hold this until it hits my target. So tell me when it hits my target, if it hits my target. Tell me when it hits my target, if it hits my target. Let me bring this out a little bit for you further. Boom, right there. Hits my target. So in this opportunity, I just made 51 pips in about 22 hours, okay? Well, let's look at real time right now, what's going on in this market. Let's look at live market conditions, live market opportunity right here. What's happened? So let's go all the way over here to live market. All right, so here is earlier in the week, right here. Can you see on the 27th, that was Sunday, 5 o'clock, my target appears, it's below. So I'm going to trade down. I'm looking for my first red candle to enter that trade. Tell me when I get my first red candle, right there. Do I make that trade? Yep, and I'm out right here. So I bought here and I sold right here, 35 pips in 3 hours. So let's look at the next day. The trade comes out. This one moved so fast, you wouldn't have even entered into this trade, so you would have skipped a day that day. That would have been a no trade day. And then yesterday, look at, you never even would have hit your candle. This is still going out right here, so you've hit your stop loss and you're out. But what I want you to pay attention to is look at this. Look at over the last 20 days, 21 days of opportunity in this currency pair right here. How many trades would we have hit? I've got 1 miss, 2 misses, 3 misses, 4 misses, 5 misses, 6 misses. We make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 trades. So we just made 21 trades. We had 15 hits. We had 6 misses. Okay. Again, we're going to protect ourselves on our stop loss with our misses. We're going to take small losses, okay? Over those 21 trades, if you talk about the average I just showed you, that was about 46 pips, so that's times 15. Minus our 3-to-1, we would have pocketed about 528 pips after our losses. So that's 528 pips profit, okay? And that is in 21 days, profit on a standard lot of $5,280. How many of you think you could follow an indicator, a tool like this with the help of coaches, experts, mentors, trading this live with you every single day and be a winning trader with this? Because the results that we are attaining with this, gang, are incredible. In fact, this is just one currency pair. How about you trade multiple currency pairs? The Australian US dollar over the last 36 days, 31 daily targets hit, 5 missed, 86% win rate, $15,000 in a standard lot. The last 43 days on the GP NZD, 34 dailies hit, 9 misses, 80% hit rate. This is a weekly target right here. 41 weeks, 34 weekly targets, 783%, $23,000. And the results of our students, the results of our students are incredible. In fact, look at right here. This is Target Trading 2.0, third party, Gary Fickhart's MyFX book account. This is a real account, real money, third party verified. This account this year has generated nearly 25,000 pips. 25,000 pips. Well, I'll tell you what, Richard, that right there is results, my friend. 25,000 pips, winning 92% of his trades. My traders that are trading in this room right now, are you winning 92% of your trades? Have you earned in your trading account $250,000 in the last 6 months? Are you getting results like this, like our students right here? Have you generated, I'm averaging 5,500 pips a week for 7 weeks, okay? Close out the week with 4,850 pips. Close out and hit the weekly target, made 250 pips. Well, you know what? How about just yesterday? Here's our Target Trading private closed Facebook account. 1 hour ago, Eon put in here 1 hour ago. Closed out today, 10:36 a.m., 209 pips. That's this morning, gang. This is what we do for our students. Our students in the last 3 trading months have generated in real money trading accounts over 2 million pips. This is what you call transparency, backing up what you do, teaching a skill, teaching a system, teaching a formula, and supporting it. That represents over $20 million. So how many of you in this presentation would like to learn how you could become a student of ours risk-free for the next 60 days? You can have all the tools, all the indicators that I demonstrated to you on your computer today. Have access to our live trading session tomorrow at 7 o'clock, where we are setting up our brand new targets for the next week, where we are anticipating a 1,000 pip move. Over the next 2 to 3 weeks, a 2,000 to 3,000 pip move. To be able to be coached and mentored by our experts over the next 60 days, so you can see for yourself exactly what makes this organization great. If you're interested in learning more about that, type in yes or me in the chat box for me right now. Because if you're an investor or trader and you're doing better than that, great, keep on going. But if you're not doing that well, gang, this is how you take your trading to the next level. This is Target Trading 2.0. It's the most encompassing, the most complete, easy to use step-by-step program on the planet. Now let me explain to you everything that comes within this program, because there's a lot of benefits, a lot of features, a lot of indicators that you get with this program, okay? First and foremost, you get a full 1-day instructional class, so you will learn how to use monthly targets, weekly targets, and daily targets, okay? Now we do this live via live WebEx, live webinar presentation. If you can't listen to it live, we record it. We give you the recorded version. It's always yours to have, okay? Second thing you get is the FX Foundations course. Now the FX Foundations online course is going to be, for those of you that are new, this is going to be your baseline. This is going to be your foundation of understanding the currency market, okay, and how this works. You get modules 1 through 7. On top of that, you give every tool, every indicator that I demonstrated to you, every piece of the ultimate charting software that I showed you, all of the automated Fibonacci's. We didn't even get into half the automated tools that we have. You get on your computer today, and on top of that, you get the Target Trading 2.0 systems and indicators as well, okay? So here we go. Next thing we're going to talk about within this is the type and level of support you get from the people. For those of you who are a current trader, just imagine having the ability to, on a weekly basis, trade live with people like Gary Fickhart, Josh Martinez, Jared Martinez. Jared Martinez is averaging 1,800 pips a week profit in the last 2 years. 1,800 pips a week profit. That's one of your mentors. That's one of your coaches that you get in this organization. On top of all of that, you get 24 hours a day of analysts on demand. From the moment the market opens up, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on a Sunday afternoon, we are live trading with our students 24 hours a day, all the way till the market closed, okay? All the way till 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday. And on top of all this components and everything right here, gang, don't take my word for it. Take the next 60 days. Evaluate our system, evaluate our coaches, evaluate what we do, evaluate our support, and see for yourself if you think this is as good as we talked about, because we will give you the next 60 days risk-free guarantee to work in our program. All we ask you to do is to give us an honest effort with it, okay? Now, if you look at this system, it is how the program works and is a market price and all of this stuff. I mean, we've got well over 200 employees. We've got a panel of our experts, our traders, our coaches. We have all of our in-house programming. A lot goes on to supporting our students. I mean, our market value of this is well over $10,000 to be part of this, typically when we market this. And I'll tell you that online, we sell this program right now for $3,395. But in this webinar today, in this investor inspiration webinar, because I know most of you are currently investors, and we want to get as many of you that are trading other markets, equities and options, to try the currency market, because we believe once you come in the currency market, you'll never go back. We've put together an incredible opportunity for you to come on board risk-free for the next 60 days, a one-time investment of $1,997. That comes with a 100% money-back guarantee. We do have some payment plans with this. This gets you the Euro wave prediction, all of the components, every benefit that I talked about, and again, a 60-day money-back guarantee. So it's very easy to get started. All I need to do, now I only have 14 of these vouchers. I mean, we market this for $39.95, but the first 14 of you that come on board today, again, I'm going to give you this discount. What I need you to do for me now, though, to claim your seat, again, this doesn't get you into anything and commit you anything, but if you're interested in claiming your seat, type your telephone number into the chat box for me right now, okay? What I'm going to do is when the presentation is over, I'm going to have an education specialist reach out to you, answer your questions, get more detailed of everything that's here, make sure you know how to get through an orientation, get you scheduled for the Thursday session tomorrow night, and you are off and going in this program, okay? So go ahead and put your telephone numbers in now. Wendy, I've got your number, and Frank and William and Isaac and Michael. Again, put your telephone numbers in right now, and we will follow up with you as soon as the presentation is over. Now, here's the thing. We are anticipating in the next 5 days, 1,000 pips movement that we're going to put right in front of your eyeballs for you, okay? So if you'd like to be part of this session tomorrow at 7 o'clock, again, put your telephone number into the chat box for me right now, okay? You put that into the chat box for me right now, and we will get you into this live session tomorrow. Again, Josh Martinez is winning 78% of his trades. Gary is winning 94% of his trades. Folks, just follow along with what these guys are doing, and you can have tremendous, tremendous success. Now, in this session today, again, normally when people sign up, they get 2 months of our charting software, 2 months of our live sessions. Today, when you come on board, I'm going to give you the next 12 months of charting software. 12 months. You're saving, when you come on board today, over $10,000, because we want to get as many of you equity traders to explore the foreign currency market, because we know that when we get you in as a currency trader, man, you're going to see this as a whole new light. Now, there's 2 different ways that you can invest in this program, okay? 2 different ways. You have an option A and an option B to come on board with this today, okay? For those of you that like the discount, okay, save 50% off our normal price of $3,995. You are what is called an option A. Okay, you save $2,000, you're ready to go. What I need you to do is next to your telephone number is just type in option A for me right now, okay? And we will work with you on that, get you the discount, and you come on board, you get a 60-day money-back guarantee. You'll have all of this on your computer today. Test us out for the next 60 days. If you don't want to be part of our group, get 100% of your money back. But those of you that are option B, normally we charge in finance $3,995, but because of Inspiration today, we're going to take off $1,000 of that. Option B is $2,995, and you can start today with under $249 down. And you don't owe us a payment for 60 days. And if in those 60 days you decide at the end you don't want to be a part of our group, we'll give you your $249 back. You will be an option B. If you'd like to understand and explain how more you can be an option B, type in an option B next to your telephone number for me right now. So Natalie, you're an A. Sally wants the discount. That means you're an A, Sally. So just put an A there. Frank is a B. Now, we don't charge any interest in our payment plans. In fact, if you put $249 down today, you're not going to have a payment in 60 days. And in fact, in 60 days, if you decide you don't want to be part of our group, you don't owe us anything else. Plus, we'll give you your $249 back. You've got nothing to lose and everything to gain in this program. And on top of all of this information, I've got you a Nicholas as a B, Diana as a B, Ian as an A, Sam as an A, okay? This is the thing, gang, right here. Here's how this works. If you come on board today, okay? If you come on board today, okay, over the next 60 days, you will have an opportunity to directly connect your account to Josh Martinez's account. He's generated over 10,000 pips since February 13th. You have the ability to trade for trade with Josh Martinez. This is called our trade copier. Our students have paid thousands of dollars for this program. I will give you the next 60 days of the trade copier for free. For free. So again, we're going to give you every tool indicator to earn your business over the next 60 days. And the thing about what we do is we back up what we do because the proof is in the results. Just go explore on on Facebook. Go look at what the people and the students say about Josh Martinez, what they're saying about Tyson Clayton and the types of results that they are getting, okay? This is everything that you get within this program today. All of these components, the education, the strategy you get, all of our systems and all of our software is also web-based. You'll have every tool, every indicator on your iPhone, your Android, your tablets. It's all web-based information and technology. You get all of the software and automation that I demonstrated for you today, the ultimate charting software, the target trading course, okay? Okay. So here we go with this. Component 3, mentorship and guidance. The ability to work with Gary Fickhart, a guy winning 92% of his trades, earned 24,000 pips on one standard lot that's over $240,000. These are the types of coaches and level of experience and expertise that you will get over the next 60 days as we earn your business as an organization, okay? Now in this special today, I got one last opportunity for those of you. I know a bunch of you put in option A, you want the discount. Well, let me tell you what, I've got 3 vouchers, okay? I've got 3 vouchers. For those of you that want to skip the line, because I've already got well over 14 names, I've got probably about 50 people that are interested, okay? What you need to do, okay, is my staff is going to put a telephone number into the chat box right now. For the first 5 of you that do an option A, if you pick up the phone and you call in, you get your questions answered, you work with an education specialist, you sign up as an option A, I will save you an additional $200, okay? An additional $200. Your option A will be $1,795 for every tool, every indicator that I demonstrated the next 60 days to work with our coaches, our mentors, to earn your business. And that's it, gang. So I've only got 3 of those vouchers. So if you're going to call in, okay, if you're going to call in, go ahead and type in calling in. Again, on option B, in this special session right now, it's $29.95 Investor Inspiration Special. You can start with $249 down, and you don't have another payment for 60 days. And in 60 days, if you don't want to make another payment and we haven't earned your business, we will refund your $249. You go your direction, we'll go our direction. You got nothing to lose, gang. We take all the risk in this relationship. We're going to give you every tool, every indicator, access to all of our information, and then we get the next 60 days to earn you as a client for the rest of your life. So Here we go. Type in an A or a B. I've got you. Wendy is an A. Tracy says calling in. Yeah, call into the number. Nope, they didn't put the number in the box. So let me do this for you. I'll put the telephone number in here. So I've only got 3 of those, and the first 5 of you that call will get this. And even if you put your number in earlier, okay, I'm gonna send this out to all. Put your telephone number in again, okay, and we will follow up with you. I just need to know if you're an option A or an option B. If you want to save additional money as an option A, call into that number right now. It's going to save you an extra couple $100. If you'd like to do an option B, again, we're doing an investor inspiration special. It's only $29.95. Put down $295, $259, $49. I'm sorry, I'm tongue-tied here. And in 60 days, you give, if you don't want to be part of our group any longer, we will give you your $249 back, and you go your direction, we go to our direction. So here we go. So I got a bunch of you calling in. So the last thing I want to show you again, the thing about what we do at our organization is it's about backup of what we do, okay? It's about backing up. Just go to Facebook, and I would encourage you guys to look at our target trading places, look at Josh Martinez's Facebook accounts. I mean, again, I can't show you anything more. And today, already an hour ago, one of our traders put on here made 209 pips. Your coach, your mentor right here, Josh Martinez, has earned 10,000 pips in the last 5 months. Gary Fickhart, to almost 25,000 pips in the last trading year. These are the types of people that you work with, okay? So here we go. What I'm going to do is I've got a couple minutes left here. I'm going to officially hand this back over, but the last thing I want to say to all of you is if you're interested in learning about how you can use our program for free, we do have a program that you have to qualify for, okay? There is work involved, but if you're interested in learning about how you can use some of our systems for free, type in your telephone number and free, F-R-E-E, type in your telephone number and free, and we will follow up with you, answer all your questions, and help you out as we kind of navigate through that. So type in your telephone number and free if you're interested in learning about how you can do that and get our software and our indicators for free.